Hello there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the perfect sourdough starter. This is the foundation for the perfect sourdough bread. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and check out my other video on how to make the perfect sourdough loaf. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you a bonus tip on how to maintain your sourdough starter without having to feed it every single day. It'll save you money and it'll save you time. So join me in the kitchen. Watch until the end of the video as I will share with you how to maintain your sourdough starter without needing to feed it every single day. Making a sourdough starter requires only two ingredients, flour and water. So we're going to start with what we call the capture stage. This is day one. Using a tall glass bottle or a container with a lid, measure out 150 grams of filtered or distilled room temperature water and 100 grams of whole grain rye flour or whole wheat flour. Once you've added this all together, stir it all together until it's completely incorporated. Place a lid on the container loosely and let it sit at room temperature. You're going to leave this for about 24 hours. Okay, so now this is day two, 24 hours later after mixing the first batch of 150 grams of filtered water and the 100 grams of flour together. Now remove or discard half of the flour water mixture from yesterday. You don't need to be super precise at this point. Into your container with the remaining half of the mixture, add 150 grams of room temperature water and 100 grams of rye flour or the wheat flour. Stir it to combine thoroughly once again and cover the lid loosely and let it sit at room temperature. We have now reached day three. This is 24 hours later or 48 hours after the original process on day one. We're going to start what they call the cultivation stage. As you can see, it's risen quite substantially. If it hasn't risen as much, don't worry about it, just keep going on with the process. Measure 75 grams of your flour water starter mix from yesterday and discard the rest. Return only 75 grams of the starter to your jar and add 75 grams of room temperature water, 35 grams of all-purpose flour, and 35 grams of either rye flour or whole wheat flour. Stir completely and make sure it's all incorporated and cover with a lid loosely. We are now at day 4, 24 hours later or 72 hours into the process. You're going to repeat the same process as day 3. We are going really strong now. This is day 5, 24 hours later or 96 hours into the process. Repeat the process from day 3 again. Awesome. We have now reached day 6. This is going to be the maintenance stage. Your starter is now ready to start use for baking. To maintain it from this point through forever, measure out 25 grams of starter from the day before and discard the rest. To the 25 grams of starter, add 50 grams of room temperature water and 50 grams of all-purpose flour. Stir thoroughly, make sure it's all incorporated. And cover with a loose lid and let it sit at room temperature. You can do this daily every 24 hours to maintain your starter if you're a casual baker. And as promised earlier in the video, here is that secret tip for you. If you do not bake often, then place the starter in the refrigerator with the lid secured and feed every 2 to 3 weeks. This slows down the process of fermentation. When bringing it back into active state, feed it once every 12 hours for a couple of days until it's bubbly and active again. And just because you've taken the time to watch this video right through, I'm going to give you an added bonus, an added tip for maintaining your starter. Take some of the starter, spread it out onto parchment paper, and allow it to dry thoroughly. Make sure you do this when the starter is in its active state, not after the 2 weeks. When ready for use, then to reactivate the sourdough starter, take 1 tablespoon of the starter and add it to a 1/4 cup of lukewarm water and dissolve it. To this, add a 1/4 cup of flour and mix everything together and leave it out for 12 hours in a glass jar with the lid fitted loosely. And there you have it, perfect starter. Please let me know in the comments section how this all came out for you. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and also hit that like button. And until next time, happy baking.